wish. You must start the giving process. For me to receive my additional fortunes for the future, necessarily for the money, because I don't need them. I take them. But here's what I do need: for someone to say a year from now, 5 years from now, Mr. Rohn, that seminar, for whatever reason, I was brought here to this place for this time. Later, someone says that. See, to receive that kind of thanks, it's unbelievable. Here's what you cannot buy: that kind of thanks. You can't buy it. You have to earn. Here's what you cannot buy: but you have to earn. Now, let's expand a little further now. Here's what you cannot buy: but you have to earn. Well, now let's, in our own self-interest, if we wish to be rich, wealthy, prosperous, healthy, all the valuable things we can think of for the human experience, how could we get there? It's understanding the law of enlightened self-interest, the law of deserving. The question was asked in the Bible: how can we be great? What is the key to greatness? Great wealth, great return, great accolades, trophies to put on the mantle above the fireplace. How can we get great respect?
All right, welcome everyone. Welcome to this great webinar. Welcome to this awesome time. And like I've said, this is a special webinar for just the Global Growth Insider. And the Global Growth Insider group was formed in order to help those who are willing to become more productive in 2021, and those who want to just do strategic activities without guessing their way into the year, without guessing their way in the year. And also for those who want to just have guided visibility, all right? More productivity, strategic activities, and guided visibility. I hope you can hear me. If you can, let me know in the comment section so we can follow up here. All right. Awesome. I can see you. Judah said we're live. Amazing. All right. So we will continue while we wait for others, or we just let others join us soon. All right.
Get that. And the answer was given. Here was the answer: find a way to serve. Find a way to serve the many. So I paraphrase it to read this: service to many leads to greatness. Service to many leads to greatness. Someone says, well, about the best I can do is take care of myself. That's okay. Self-care has its own reward, but it's very limited. He says, I can't be worried about other people's problems. I got enough problems of my own. That's okay. Self-defense is okay. Self-preservation is okay, but it has a very limited reward. If you wish to change that into abundance, then here's what you must do: help solve other people's problems. Help find answers for someone else, not just for yourself, but for someone else. And in that kind of service, you now begin the process of greatness.
All right, so we start immediately. Welcome once more to this awesome webinar. Welcome to this amazing time of knowing how to plan audaciously and achievable goals for 2021. All right, I will start by telling a story that was acted in a particular movie, all right, of two different cities who have different leaders. And these two cities were actually borderless. So there was actually no border to divide these two cities from each other. And because there were no border to divide these cities from each other, there is always war happening between the two citizens of those different cities. All right, there's always battle. Many times this one claims, oh, this is our territory, that one claims this is our territory. So a lot of times there's a lot of fight that happen between these two cities. They have their own leaders. All right, this particular city have their own name. Let me call them city A, and the other one, city B, have their own leader. All right, like a chief, or sometimes the Yorubas call them a baale. So just like somebody who rules who dominates, who guides over the affairs of a particular territory. All right, these two cities had no border, and battles always happen between them. And at a point, somebody felt like, okay, how would I be able to solve the problem between these two cities? And then they decided to put up a contest. They decided to put up a contest. And what was that contest? The contest was that the youth leader in this particular city would lead his own youth. All right. They will wake up as early on a particular day in the morning and then keep walking towards the other city. And the leader of this particular city also would wake up very early and then would march towards that other city. And whenever they get to a meeting point, wherever they meet is going to stand as the border. All right. Wherever they meet was going to become the border. All right. Which means wherever they stop is where the land, all right, the territory of this particular city would be ending. And wherever this one meets the other is where the territory of this other would be meeting. All right. And something happened on the day of this particular contest that was going to decide the destiny of that city. What happened was, while this particular city, City B, while their youth leader was actually preparing, strategizing, and then they were already preparing that they were going to wake up ahead. All right. They were going to wake up ahead of the day and they were going to start their own journey. All right. The leader of this other city was actually sleeping. In fact, he woke up the next morning when it was dawn and he even requested for a breakfast. You can imagine. He even requested for a breakfast to eat in the morning. What was going to decide the destiny of a nation? He woke up in the morning, requested for meal, and then it was done before he started moving. All right. Definitely, you can imagine what would happen, which means those who woke up beforehand were going to cover more grounds than the person who was waiting till dawn before they started moving. All right. Now, and at the end of the day, those particular people, those particular lands, even though the boundary that was not really theirs, they were able to recover it compared to City A. Now, how does that apply to you? It applies to you in a point that you should know that preparation aids what you can cover. Preparation aids your acquisition. Your preparation will aid your acquisition, and your preparation will determine your acquisition. There are a lot of people at this time that they are just like the youth leader of City A. They are still sleeping, they are still eating, they are still feeding, they are still doing a lot of things, are waiting for 2021 to come before they recover grounds. All right. And it will be so funny to find out that by the time they are waking up to acquire, the number of people who have woken up before and who have gotten so much that they would only be little for them to get. And this is the reason why setting audacious and achievable plan, not waiting until January 1st, 2021. All right, before you start making your audacious and achievable plans is very, very critical. All right. So if you want to, it's now your choice to determine, do you want to be like the youth leader, all right, like the youth leader of City A, or you want to be like the youth leader of City B? All right. We have those two categories of people now. Well, right, where there are some people like the youth leader of City A who are currently sleeping, dozing, and saying, oh, it will just happen and would enter into 2021. And by the time we get into 2021, we will just know that when we get there, we'll cross the bridge. All right. Such kind of people do not make achievable things. They don't make audacious goals. They do not set standards, and they do not dominate and acquire so much in a new year. So it's very important that you know that the actions you take now will determine what you will cover in the coming year. All right. Other City A, the leader of City A, or the leader of City B. All right. And you are the leader of your life. All right. You are the CEO. You are the decider. You are the one who make the choices that will determine what you would achieve, what will become of you in the coming year. And don't get it wrong, the coming year will either show in your results by the time you start walking from your city to cover ground, or you are going to celebrate those who will cover so much more. So it's very important that you know how to cover and how to cover so much ground in 2021 already in this 2020. You know, a lot of people wait on the 31st of 2020 and they make a lot of prayer. Oh, I will pray. We will pray. We'll pray, we'll do all of these things. But the truth of the matter is this. All right. A prayer that is directionless will not get strategic answers. A prayer, I know I'm talking to a lot of people who are Nigerians, and I understand that a lot of Nigerians, or maybe probably some part of Africa, seems to be very, very religious and spiritual. It's very critical that you have a plan that you table and you pray over for you to get strategic answers. All right. That's why it's important that your plans now are critical for the results you will get in the coming year. All right. Having said that story, you need to ask yourself right now, are you going to cover a little ground like the leader of City A who is waiting until the morning of 2021? Or you will start covering grounds from now while some are still sleeping and you've not covered so much more. And then you be like the leader of City B who is determining a massive destiny for his own city. All right. As a way of starting, I really want you to know that a lot of times we know so much that we really don't know. I would explain. We know so much that we really don't know. You know, there are times when people will see a topic like how to set a goal, how to make plans for 2021. They say, oh, we already know it. They will say, oh, we already understand what will be said. Oh, we can strategize the things that will come out of it. Oh, we can say, okay, it's just how to write this. But I'm telling you, we know so much that we really don't know. All right, we know so much in the sense that we acquire so much knowledge, but we do not know how to apply them. Take note, we acquire so much knowledge that we do not know how to apply them. All right, you can look at your results right now and you can't validate that statement I've just made, that you know so much, you went for so many conferences, you watched so many webinars, you read so many books to the point that you do not know how to. And there's something that was said in the Bible where the Bible says that the way of a fool wearieth every one of them, because they do not know how to. Take note, they do not know how to. It's not that they do not have knowledge. All right. So there's a way a person can acquire knowledge and still be foolish. There's a way a person can acquire knowledge. So it means foolishness is not the absence of knowledge, but foolishness is the absence of not knowing how to apply knowledge. All right, so you can be knowledgeable and still be unwise. You can be knowledgeable and still be unwise. So we know so much to the point that we do not know. All right, we know so much to the point. If you got that, you can write that in the comment section so I'll be sure you got what I just said. You know so much that you do not know. All right, that's why a lot of people know so much, but there is a lack of productivity. A lot of people know so much, they do a lot of activities, but the results are not notable enough to be enviable. All right, so this is why this webinar, the Global Growth Insider, is for those who want more productivity with only strategic activities. So the things that will tell you how to, the things that will tell you actions to take, and not just gathering so much knowledge, doing so much thing, and at the end of the day, your results cannot show for it. All right, so we know so much to the point that we do not know. All right, we know so much to the point that we do not know, and we are knowledgeable about so many things that we do not know what to do. All right, that we do not know what to do. All right, and the next point I will be making here, is productivity is bettered by seeking applicable knowledge. All right, so take note, I did not say productivity is bettered by seeking knowledge. Productivity is bettered by seeking applicable knowledge. Oh, all right. Thank you. Judah Adeyemi says, yes, you know so much that you do not know. Amazing. All right. So you know so much to the point that you do not know. All right. Now, productivity is bettered by seeking applicable knowledge. It's not by seeking knowledge. All right. I see a lot of people this year who, oh, this program is coming up, webinar is coming. Oh, I will be there. Oh, this conference is happening. I will be there. This summit is happening. I will be there. Oh, someone is talking about this. I will be there. But you do not understand that productivity only happens by seeking applicable knowledge. All right. Any knowledge that is not applicable, all right, is only occupying space in your brain, but will not reflect in your life. Any knowledge that is not applicable will only occupy space in your brain, but will not show forth result in your life. All right. That is why you must be strategic about activities so that you will be productive. All right. It's not just about appearing here, doing things, taking a lot of actions, but you must get to the point where you begin to seek productivity. And there are two major ways by which you can seek productivity. Number one is quality and healthy exposure. Number one is quality and healthy exposure. And number two is your crave for creativity. All right. Number one is healthy exposure. All right. The fact that, oh, I grew up from an environment, from a background, from a place where I did not know a lot of things. That's why my life is like, no, you should seek healthy exposure. All right. I'm checking time. All right. This webinar should just be for about 30 minutes and then we should be out of here. So I would go very quickly already. All right. Number one, healthy exposure by the kind of knowledge you seek for, by the type of things you go after, by the kind of videos you watch, by the types of podcasts you choose to listen to, by the types of people you think to talk to. All right. Not everybody should be listened to. You can love everybody, but not everybody should you listen to. All right, permit me, please. All right, so it's very, very critical that you understand the strategy for productivity, healthy exposure, and then a quest for creativity. Now, very quickly to how to plan. Number one, your planning does not start by writing. Your planning does not start by documenting. Your planning does not start by, oh, you pick a piece of paper. Oh, these are the things I want to achieve. These are the things that must happen. Oh, these are things, these that must happen in my life. No. Your strategic and productive planning will start by retrospection. All right. Your planning will start by retrospection. All right. You see a lot of people who will tell you, I remember the time when I was okay. I wanted to go meet a friend. I wanted to stay in his place. So I needed to visit him. All right. And the environment was somewhere in Ikotun. Ikotun, if you are not familiar with Lagos, Ikotun is in Lagos State, Nigeria. And I boarded bus from a particular place that I knew. And unfortunately, the bus that I boarded did not have a conductor. All right. The bus I boarded did not have a conductor, which means there was no way that I would know my bus stop. So it was just the driver was just moving. I felt I knew the place, or I felt I would hear the place. And this was at night. All right. And the man just took me and took me and took me. I was to alight at Arida. I did not hear Arida. I just realized that the environment, and the man kept going and going and going. I realized that the environment the man was bringing me to didn't look like where I was going. I just said, they just called a particular bus stop. People came down, council, and then I dropped. I discovered that this man have actually passed my bus stop. All right. He has actually passed my bus stop. All right. Which means if I know my destination, and I don't ask questions from people on where it is, at the end of the day, I will miss my way. Imagine somebody who he just kicked up the car and he just started moving. All right. He just moved, and he was going, he was going, he was going, he was going. He knew where he was going. He knew the name of the place, but he did not know exactly where. What should this man do? He needed to sit down to ask questions. Either ask people, how will I get to that place? Or he saw the Google map and say, okay, how will I navigate my way from here? So there's always a starting point. All right. So the strategic planning will start with retrospection. You retrospect on the place you have gotten to. You retrospect with an heart of gratitude that something has brought you here. There's a reason why you have gotten to this place. There's a reason why you have attained where you are now. There's a reason why you have been able to achieve the things you have gotten out. So you retrospect with an heart of gratitude. All right. Oh, I appreciate the fact that I knew this and then I was able to achieve this. I appreciate the fact that, okay, I met this person and I was able to get to this point. Oh, I appreciate the fact that. So it starts with a point of gratitude. All right. Now, when you have gotten to the point of gratitude, the next thing you should think of is, what were the things I did well this year? All right. Number two, what were the things that I didn't get so well? All right. Number three, who were the people I met this year that added value to my life? Number four, who were the people I met this year that drew me down? All right. When you retrospect, it gives you the ability to take the right actions. All right. Now you begin to look at it. Okay, how much profit was I able to make this year? All right. What were the things that I lost this year? What were the things that I gained this year? You start by retrospecting. You see a lot of people just say, oh, we are planning. Okay, they start writing and writing and writing. And at the end of the day, these things are not achievable. What a waste of plan. What a waste of plan. What a waste of time. All right. So you start your planning by retrospecting. What were the good things I did this year? What were the achievable things I got this year? Who were the people that came to my life that lifted me up? Who were the people that spoke to me this year that shifted me? What were the things that I did that took me to this level? All right. In my career, in my spiritual life, in my personal development, in my potential, in my profession, in my finances. What were the strategic decisions I took that shifted me to the next level? So you start by retrospecting. If you're somebody in business, before you sit down to plan for your business, retrospect. What were the things that I started this year in business that moved us forward? All right. Now, when you retrospect, by the time you get to the third level, I'm talking about the first now. By the time you get to the third level, it becomes easier to know what to do. All right. It means if you were able to do it well this year, if you increase, if you maximize, all right, that thing, you'll be able to achieve more. All right. So you retrospect. All right. Now, number two, now comes to writing. You then reflect from retrospection by just sitting down. All right. You need to get a silent place. You close your eyes and then you start reflecting. Oh, Abiodun, what were the right decisions you took this year? Abiodun, what were the people that you met this year that shifted you? Abiodun, what were the programs you attended this year that shifted you? Abiodun, what were the books you read this year that turned your life around? Abiodun, what were the right financial decisions you took that changed you? All right, Abiodun, what were the right steps you took this year? You retrospect with your eyes shut, and then you bring yourself to the boardroom of your destiny. You know, the problem at times is that we pay a lot of attention to everything that is said, but we never listen to us. We pay lots of attention to everything that is said, but we never listen to us. And that is the problem why we are actually not productive. All right. You sit down and bring yourself to the boardroom of your destiny, and then you start taking strategic decisions. So you retrospect. All right. You retrospect. All right. Strategic planning starts with retrospection. Yeah. Thank you, Judah Adeyemi, all right? It's amazing. So it starts with retrospection. You retrospect, all right? You rewind in your mind, not on the outward now. You rewind in your mind. Number two is reflection, all right? Reflection. Now, but after reflecting in your mind, after retrospecting in your mind, then you reflect on a written document. You reflect on a written document. All right. You reflect on the things that went well, things that did not go well. All right. Things that if you did better, it would have improved. Maybe you have an initiative, maybe you have a community, maybe you have something you manage, maybe you have a lot of things you do. All right. So you then reflect on paper. All right. You don't start on paper, you start from your mind. You retrospect and then you proceed on paper. All right. Let's start again. You start from your mind and then you proceed on paper, on something that is written. All right. Now, and I want to counsel you this moving forward. All right. Because 2021 has started already for a lot of people. So, what am I saying? Moving forward, I want to encourage you. Make sure you have a personal journal. Personal journal. When I say personal journal, I don't mean 60 leaf exercise book, 40 leaf exercise book, a hard binded document, all right, where you can document ideas, where you can document strategies, where you can refer to them, where you can make even your own content journal, where you can dispose things, where you can write things that come to your mind. All right. So you start from your mind and then you move to paper. So be careful. You see all these kind of books, all these we do party and they give you souvenir. Don't make this your journal in 2021. All right. You must take the issue of your destiny seriously. All right. There's something the Bible says. The Bible says, which of you wanting to build a house? Listen, which of you wanting to build a house? Seated not down first. The problem sometimes is people don't want to sit. People are everywhere. You are available. You are available on social media, available there, available in that meeting, available doing this. Which of you wanting to build a house? Seated not down first. The first thing is sitting down. All right? Sitting down with your mind, sitting down in the boardroom of your destiny. All right? You sit down first and think it, and then he plan it and check it whether he have sufficient to finish it. He said, which of you wanting to fight? All right, have you ever seen an army that wants to fight a battle and they don't sit down to strategize? Now, if a battle between nations, if the building of a house can be so important for you to sit down to plan, how much more issues that have to do with your destiny and life? Ask yourself that question. How much issues that have to do with your destiny and life? All right. How much issues that have to do with your destiny and life? A lot of us get so busy. You want to build a house, you have a building plan. You want to build a business, you have a business plan. But a lot of us want to live our life in 2021, but you don't have a life plan. Shock you, right? A lot of people want to live a better life. They want to live a productive life, but they don't have a life plan. So you see why planning is important. All right. Number one, let's go right again. Number one, write it in the comment section. Let me know you got number one, reflection. Reflection from your mind. And then, sorry, retrospection from your mind. And then reflection on paper. All right. Now, number three, which is the last thing I will be talking about before we move on, is prospection. All right. We have retrospection, we have reflection, and we have prospection. Prospection is where you now begin to look into the future. You now begin to say, oh, these are the things that must happen. All right. Oh, for my spiritual life, I want to ensure that I pray daily and my meditation life is consistent. My daily meditation is consistent. All right. Those are the words. I'm going to say something very briefly. All right, like I said, it's going to be brief, and I don't want to really outshoot time. All right, now you now begin to write in prospection. These are what I want to achieve for my spiritual life. I want to achieve this. All right, for my potentials. All right, having to do with your gifts, your abilities. All right, your opportunities. How do you want to use them? Plan for your potentials. All right, plan for your finances. Plan for your finances. How much do I want to make? All right. What do you need to do to make that amount? All right. So you plan for your finances. What are strategic things you want to do? Do you want to start a new enterprise? Do you want to expand your current enterprise? Are you planning to be promoted in order to grow your finances? All right. Then you go to your career and profession. Be a student, not even student alone. Everybody, you should plan for your education. Education is not just schooling. Education is learning. How do you want to educate yourself? You've left school over the year. How do you plan to educate yourself? Are you planning to take a course? Are you planning to attend conferences? Are you planning to go for paid workshop? Those are planning for your education. You must plan for your education. All right. You also plan for your family. All right. Maybe you're planning to get married in 2021, or you have a family. You plan for your marital life. You plan for your family. All right. Another aspect is you plan for your social and strategic networks. Social and strategic networks. All right. Who are the people you plan to meet? All right. The people in terms of, okay, what they do, the kind of things they should have. You are looking forward to them. All right. You plan for your social and strategic network. A lot of people do not make plans for strategic network they want to make. Okay. Do you want to meet somebody who is in personal development space? Do you want to meet somebody who is in the entertainment industry? Do you want to meet somebody who is in the drama industry? Do you want to meet someone who is in the music industry? What are the strategic plan you are making on how to meet them? Do you want to meet a coach this year? Do you want to meet a speaker this year that will help you develop and boost your speaking skill? All right, you need to have that plan, the kind of people you want to meet. And then the current relationships you have, how do you plan to maintain them? What do you want to do to maintain those relationships? So you must have the what, you must have the how, and you must have the who. I just spoke about the what. All right. What do you want to get in your spiritual, in your personal development, in your potential, in your finances, in your strategic and social network, in your family and relationship life, in your finances? What are the things you want to have? Now, this is what many people don't do. They always plan the what, but they don't plan the how. Remember what I said? A fool, a fool. Oh my God. He says the statement, the words of a fool varies every one of them. They know what, but they don't know how. All right. So in your plan, when you are writing the words, then you now begin to say, this is how I want to achieve it. I want to make I want to make 7 million naira in 2021. How do you want to make it? You see why dreams go into extinction? You see why goals at times go into extinction? Because a lot of people know the what, but they don't know the how. They know the what, but they don't know the how. So while you are planning the what, you need to write the how. All right. Now, while you are writing the how, you must also write the who. All right, because goals don't achieve themselves. You're saying, oh, I want to ensure that I'm able to improve my public speaking skill. All right, how? I'm going to attend the webinar. All right, I'm going to take a workshop. Okay, I'm going to enroll for a course. Now, the next thing is, who do you need to meet? All right, do you need to meet, okay, that person, that person, that person, that person. All right, so you have the what, you have the how, and then you have the who. No matter how audacious your plans are, if you know the what, you know the how, and you know the who, is easier to achieve them. All right, so you should understand that you must not get lost in the way, and it's time to sit and have those plans. Don't be shocked. I'm teaching how to do this because I've done mine. Yes, you may have a lot of people who teach what they don't do. I've planned I have it on my system. Even my younger brother asked for the series. I gave him all the diverse categories. My younger brother saw me doing it. He also decided he would do it. So I've done mine. And one thing I want to encourage you: you want to speak, talk, do everything. Teach what you practice and practice what you teach. When you are that way, people will seek after you. All right, we got value. Oh, well, oh, awesome, awesome. The what? Praises, the what, the how, and the who. Amazing, 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 amazing. Yes, did you get value? Did you get value? We got value from this webinar. Say value, 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 value. All right, all the people in the Global Growth Insider. All right, I would leave this on my YouTube channel so you can watch it. It's not open to everyone. It's only those who have the link that can watch this. All right, so you can go back, watch it again, settle down, and then make your plan. All right, if you got value from this webinar, can I see you say value, 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 value? Oh, awesome, value. Judas Adeyemi says, I got value. Yes, awesome, 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 awesome. So I charge you, therefore, go ahead, make those plans, make remarkable exploits, and make 2020 a more productive year with only strategic activities. All right, more productivity with only strategic activities. All right, I don't know if you have questions. Let me see if I can take some questions before I close this webinar. We planned only 30 minutes. This is 32, about 32 minutes. All right. If you have questions, let's have them. And if you don't now, you can drop them personally, privately with me on WhatsApp, and then I will try to respond to you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. Till I come your way again. Kate said this was immense productivity. Kate is nice seeing you. All right, all right, all right. All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, please make sure you keep productivity, more productivity with only strategic activities. All right, there is no profit in activity when it is not strategic. Till I come your way again. All right, make sure you keep being productive and take only strategic activities. Bye bye.